Welcome back. I know some people think Photoshop is an overwhelming program that's difficult to use, but I'm here to take all the difficulty out of it. I want to show you right from the start how you're going to be able to get fantastic results with only a few steps. And this activity, we're going to transform this image, which is fairly dull and boring, to this one. And everything is going to be done in just a few minutes in 2 steps. Number 1, we're going to make it black and white. And number 2, we're going to bring back color to her lips. So let's start with this image that you have attached to this lecture. Please download it, right-click it, and open it in Photoshop. Another way to open it, you simply double-click this PSD that you have attached. It's going to load directly. It's the same thing, there are no differences between the two. Okay, now please don't worry about the specifics because we'll talk about them later on. For now, please just follow my lead. This is how Photoshop should look like on your end. If that's not the case, please go to the top right side and click here. From this list, you should choose Essentials. Now, if the program still doesn't look like what you see here, not a problem. Click again, but this time please choose Reset Essentials. Okay, fantastic. Now, go to the bottom of Photoshop and click on this small yin-yang looking symbol. Okay, from this new list, please choose black and white. And that's step 1. Immediately our image has changed, but we're just getting started. Now, you're gonna notice a new panel that's called Properties. From here, we can make adjustments to this black and white effect. Play around with these sliders as much as you want, without any fear that you might destroy the image. You can see that the photo quality isn't all that great, so if you use some of these sliders, you're gonna see more of those issues. I want to remind you that you should watch these exercises twice. The first time around, please don't try to work along. Just watch and see what I'm doing. Understand my process, the way I think. Then rewind from the start. And then the second time around, please pause as often as you need to in order to work along. Just hit that spacebar key step by step. Okay, let's go back to it. Now, luckily, if something isn't right with these sliders, you have 2 options. First of all, you can just disable this effect, this black and white effect, by clicking here next to the eye icon. Okay, now this is also helpful if you want to compare the before and after shots. So click here to re-enable it. In case some of these settings are not right and you can't remember the original position, the second option is best. Just click on this arrow icon and that's gonna reset everything. So this way, you don't have to delete and start over just in case you mess up. Now let's see what we want to do here. The hair could be a bit darker. So let's take down blues to something like -100. That's going to help us do that. Let's also take down magentas to about -25 or so. Again, you don't have to be precise because we can always come back and change these settings. Okay, so far let's say this is looking great. But let's do a dramatic effect. Step number 2, right? I want her lips to be bright red while everything else is black and white. So let's do that now. Press B to get the brush tool. Take a look at the tools panel on the left. Click and hold and make sure you have this one selected, the brush tool, not anything else. Okay, now focus here. Click on this small icon. That's going to open up a panel called Brush Properties. Now, there's a lot going on here, but please don't get confused. We only want 3 things here. First of all, select the very first brush from the list, this one here. Now, the second thing, make sure the hardness is set to 0%. And lastly, change the size to about 60 pixels or so, give or take. Okay, now it's time to get to work. Now, make sure that you have black as the top square here. Okay, if that's not the case, please press X on your keyboard and that's gonna flip these 2. Okay, fantastic. Now we want to really get into the lips. So what we have to do is press Z to activate the zoom tool. So that's Z for the zoom tool. This is the new cursor. Click several times until you're up close. Awesome. Now let's get back to the brush tool. Hit B again. And now let's start painting around her lips. And as you can see, while I'm working, these stand out tremendously. The red really stands out. Now let me pause here just for a minute in case this doesn't work on your end. Please have a look at all my settings here. Pause the video and make sure that your settings are the same as mine, especially the mode, which should be set to normal. Okay, let's get back to work. If you're not careful with the brushing, please don't worry about it. So let's say I messed up and I went way too far. This would not be okay. So what do we do here? Not a problem. Hit X, and this time white will be the top color. So instead of black, we're gonna have white here at the top. Awesome. Now paint over the mistake, and it just went away. Right, now switch back to black and continue painting. As you cover the lips, you may want to adjust the brush size, and that's because these tricky parts are gonna need the smaller size. Maybe 20 pixels, 30 pixels, something like that. And when you're done, press Ctrl or Command 0, and this is gonna reset the zoom level, and you can see the entire result. That's it. In just a few steps, we made the image black and white, we enhanced her hair, and we went for the creative effect by showing off her lips. By painting over them, we are no longer able to adjust them with the black and white slider, but everything else is fair game. So now it's your turn, but when you stop brushing, please do the nails as well. I want to see all the nails get done. This should take you about 4 to 5 minutes to get a good result. Plus, to make this easier, I made the PDF file so you can see the essential points from this lecture and how you can export the image as a JPEG or PNG. So please check out that PDF. And then, post your image in the comment section. And if you really want to make a good impression, find your own image, apply the same technique, and upload that as well to the comment section. Okay, have fun, and I'm going to see you in the next lecture.